something, isn't it?
But you're saying we Scots, so I don't think of you as a Scottish person.
No, I'm not, but I'm all my Scottish ancestry, and I'm partly Scottish, and I spent the most formative years of my life in Glasgow. So I say I'm an adopted Glaswegian. Because when I go up and do my show up in Edinburgh, you know, the Nicholas Parsons Happy Hour for 4 weeks, by the time I finish doing it, I'm talking like that, and I'm introducing it all the time.
That's very good.
Oh, you know, that's just my natural dialect. Because I did 5 years in Clydebank. I was an engineer, you know, before I became an actor. My family didn't want me to be an actor. They said, you get a job, you get a trade. No, they didn't talk like that. No, they were frightened, Prof. They told her, no, my father said, you want to be an actor? No, let's be serious, for God's sake, this is ridiculous. My mother thought that everybody in show business was debased and degraded and debauched.
That's why I came into it. It's been such a disappointment.
I know, it was so exciting when I did get in. No, but I did 5 years on Clydebank, really to serve my apprenticeship. With all the fellows thought that. I was known as big neck, that big English bag. You come here, we teach you how to get your effing horns stuck here. This is life here, this is living. Right.
I knew you could do a great Scottish accent, actually, because I don't remember, but I saw this clip, and in fact we've got it because I thought it was such a good one, of Sale of the Century, and you launched into your Scottish accent there. We've got to remind ourselves of Sale of the Century. I know you've done so many other things, Nicholas.
I remember to the exclusion of all the more challenging things I've ever done. That's me on there. I'm just looked at the monitor. I'm suddenly realised I was talking to myself.
Well, and here you are 30 years ago. I thought that was the clip. I thought,
but I'm moving. I'm talking. What do you need to make a haggis? Mike.
A sheep's liver?
No, Mike, I won't let you go any further. It's the sheep's stomach you take. And then you bung it full of blood and meal and offal. Don't be so frightened. If you had any Scots blood in you, you know it's a fine, fine thing to have. And Burns Night will be here very, very soon, and I hope all good Scotsmen are going to have a haggis piped in the true tradition. I'm sorry, Mike, you'll ask £5 for that.
Or anything?
What's that, darling?
Have you had Botox?
No, I've never had anything done. No.
So rude, isn't she?
No, she's not. She speaks straight from the shoulder. She's not a romantic, she said, but I bet underneath that tough exterior she can be. I bet if somebody said the right words, you get old Carol going there.
Yeah,
no, I don't believe in that sort of thing. The lines of life express themselves in your face. I wouldn't go for it. No. Oh, you're lovely.
Oh, what a lovely note. Nicholas, I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave you in the company of this loose lady. Because
they told me you wanted me to do some impersonations.
Yeah, well, you did. You were going to do Billy Connolly, weren't you? But
you've
done it.
No, I haven't. That was someone else.
Go on, then.
Who was that?
Oh, Billy Connolly. I tell you, no, because this is how it started in personally. Billy Connolly used to work in Brown Shipyards, just next door to the place I used to work. I remember, he said, there was a guy. I remember this guy. Oh, he come back to me now, yeah. He was working in the next place. We used to have the wee chats, and he used to say to me, oh, I remember his name, though. I remember his name. It was Nicholas Parsons.
It's very good, Nicholas Parsons.
Is that it, then? That's it. Okay. All right, it's been lovely. Here's your chance, final chance to get your hands full.
Here's your final chance to get your hands on £2,000 in our daily competition.
Right.
Complete the name of this ITV cookery show. Hell's A. Fury, B. Kitchen, or C. Oven. Call 090-12931-941. Calls cost £1 but may vary from mobiles. Or text the word COMP followed by A, B or C to 63337. Each text costs £1 plus standard network charge. Entrants must be 18 or over. Terms and conditions at itv.com/loosewomen. So good luck to one and all. Time for a break now, but in just a few minutes we'll be joined by Todd Carty, and Colleen isn't at all happy about his recent behaviour. But before that, here's a sneak preview of who's on the show this week. Welcome back to today's Loose Women. Now, here's a reminder, as we heard earlier, Carol is currently the most unromantic woman in Britain. Yay! But if you think your lady could give her a run for money, then why not enter a competition? You could win a night in a hotel with dinner included. I'll come along, play the violin. Can't play it, never mind. I've probably got the wrong arm. Now, just email us with your stories, loose.women@itv.com, and we will judge which story is the worst. We've got an email here from a nice romantic man.
Yeah, can
There
I
you go.
read it?
Yeah, go on then. You've not
Thought
done
you were
much,
going to read that out
actually,
as
said.
well. Right, dirty weekends. Mark from Newcastle. I'm quite a romantic guy, but my wife hates it. Last time I took her for a romantic weekend away, we ended up meeting her old mates from university for a big boozy night out, which ended with kebabs all round.
See, that's not good. That's not
That's
good.
quite romantic
Sounds
for you,
perfect.
isn't it?
So, men, get your own back. Email us with your unromantic women stories. And no more calls for competition, please, as the lines are now closed. Earlier, I asked to complete the name of this ITV cookery show. Is it Hell's A, Fury, B, Kitchen, or C, Oven? And yes, chef. The answer is, of course, Kitchen. And as ever, we'll let you know who's won at the end of the show. We've got to get on, but really, really quickly, because Nicholas was going about impersonations. Carol's got a great impersonation. Do you want to hear it? Yes, you do.
Oh,
Hear it.
don't make me
Go on.
do
You've
it.
got to guess what it is. Quickly, quickly.
Okay, you have to shut your eyes and pretend I'm not here. It is a Formula 1 racing car. Ready?
Our next guest has been a TV favourite since he was just 15 when he brought Tucker Jenkins to our screens in Grange Hill. Since then, he's won our hearts as Walford's fruit and veg man Mark Fowler, but more recently turned our stomachs as the Bills' Gabriel Kent. Please welcome Todd Carty. How did you beat that then, Toddy?
Well, thank you very much. Fantastic.
Formula.
I'm not sure I should be sitting next to you, actually, the way
I'm
you
not-
treated my sister.
How is she these days? Is she all right?
She's getting over you.
I'm sorry I tied her up and all that, but she told me
No,
she
she
likes
liked
that sort of
that
thing.
bit,
I was going to ask you, actually, Todd, would you agree that Bernie's the one with the voice?
Well, actually, she used to...
Oh,
It's very cruel, but she does have a voice of a nightingale, your sister. She used to sing to me in my dressing room, naked from the waist up. And it brought tears to my eyes, but it made me the man I am today. You know. No, she got a lovely
Voice of
voice.
an angel, but the mind of a sewer. And, I mean, Gabriel Kent's the first baddie, really, you've played, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's usually nice guys like Tucker or Mark before that, and, you know, the opportunity came along to play someone really bad and nasty, and maybe I'm getting sicker in my old age, but I absolutely loved it. I used to wake up in the morning and really look forward to it. But, I mean, there's a saying, isn't there, the devil plays the best tunes, and I've been playing that violin madly for the past 2.5 years, you know, so it's great. I loved it, but it was time to move on.
Well, I mean, he had kind of gone through the whole station. There was nowhere to go.
There was nowhere to go with it, you know.
Yeah.
He's getting away with everything.
And he was a copper at the end of the day as well, you know.
Yeah.
So, anyway, they caught up with me eventually. And I don't have to travel all the way to South London anymore, because I've got an anorak friend. It says there's 220 traffic lights between Muswell Hill Broadway and South London Station. One day I was coming home after a particularly long day with your lovely sister, and I started counting them. And I got up to 100, and I thought there's more things to do in life than be counting traffic lights. So that was the main thing, those damn traffic lights.
So from Gabriel Kent, Mark Fowler and Tucker Jenkins, I mean, there can't be many actors who've had three, you know, roles that really are sort of locked in the public consciousness. What's your favourite? And you're obliged to say Tucker.
I would say Tucker every time.
Oh, would you?
Every time. Well, because he turned everything around for me in my life, and he's never let me down. The producer of, or the ex-producer of The Bill, Paul Marquis, was a big fan of Grange Hill. And I think that sort of helped that when he was my age, he used to like Tucker and Trisha and Benny. So he's been good to me. So,
How did you come through that child star thing so grounded and so sensible when others just obviously haven't really come through it very well?
Is it bullying, you think?
Go back to bullying.
But you did survive it. I mean, you were very, very famous as a very young thing, weren't you, really?
Well, I had a good, strong family around me, really, you know, and I think, I hate to say, but 20 or 30 years ago, there wasn't like the celebrity culture. We live in a really strong celebrity culture nowadays. I think it was Blue Jeans and Jackie and things like that, do you know what I mean? And I was always over the park, playing on my bike, playing football, and lots of my mates were actors at school.
Respond to you, because, I mean, we're the same age, and if I had seen you out in the street at that age when I was 13 or 14, I wouldn't have been able to believe it. You know, it's Tucker. I mean, were kids not constantly doing that?
Well, I used to travel to school by tube, so that did become a little bit embarrassing. If it's one girl, it's, oh, hello, I really like you. But if it's 20 of them, all of a sudden they've got this orchestra-type voice, and it's, oh, it's you, blah, blah. So for 10 years, I was jumping carriages, you know, on the Piccadilly line. It drove me crackers.
You must have been very fit.
Well, I'm quite fit. It helped me in later life when I was, 17, 18. I didn't have to say, talking about romance earlier, I didn't have to say, get your coat, you've pulled. I didn't have to do the set-up lines, thankfully. So there are some good things that came out of it. You know.
Well, unfortunately, we're not got time to show it because we had a really old advert from when you were tiny. But I don't know, do we have the still anywhere? We can just show you the still, just to show you the very young Todd. As
My God. God.
What you cutie.
My own hair and teeth. Amazing.
Yeah.
He's the spit of my eldest, James.
I was just going to say to you, I wonder if that's like your son. Is
Just,
like
I think they're both morphing into Tucker Jenkins, to be honest with you. But,
oh, really?
But that's freaky.
Well, listen, Todd, it's been really nice to have you here, and I hope whatever you choose to go on to next is a great success like the
Thanks
other two.
very much. Thanks for having
Todd
me.
Carty. Okay, that's it. Stay tuned for A Brush with Fame, where Chris Bisson is the subject of today's artist. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, when we'll be going undercover with Donal McIntyre. And Emberdale's spicy Val Lambert, that's Charlie Hardwick. So we'll see you tomorrow, live at 1:30. Bye.
Well, painting their way to the grand final, we're in Wales next this afternoon, where 10 artists are all vying for a brush with fame. Then a Thunderbirds model is just one of the bargains found in the boot sale treasure hunt after that at 3. And later, Westlife sing live with Paul O'Grady at 5.